Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be doing my Mermaid Bookshelf Tour. Take you on a little tour of my mermaid bookshelf that I keep in my bedroom. This has a combination of all the mermaid books that I have read, ones that are on my TBR, pirate books, as well as ocean island themed books. I am not going to be going over the synopsis and the covers and all of that. A couple of you requested a full video of this last year when I did a little one on my reel, so hopefully you enjoy. Okay, small change of plans. I've emptied out the shelves and we're just going to refill them together, and I'm going to show you the covers of all the books. These first two shelves I'm going to do with mermaid and pirate books I've read. Hopefully I can fit them on 2 shelves. If not, we'll go to 3. And I've got some little trinkets and things. I'm not going to do any synopsises of the books because the video would be too long, and I've talked about a lot of them in a lot of other videos, but I'll show you guys the cover and let you know if they're a series or not. Okay, so first we have the Of Poseidon trilogy. This is one of the first trilogies that I read. Next is the Siren trilogy by Trisha Rayborn. This is another really good one. Then we have Fear the Drowning Deep by Sarah Glenn Marsh. I've got this pretty clear jar of sea glass that I found near me. Then we have the Lost Voices trilogy, which is one of my all-time favorites and one of the very first ones that I ever read. So we're gonna put this right front and center in the middle. I have these really pretty mermaid bottles that I got from a coffee company here in town, and I fill them with coins, so we're gonna put these here too. Next we have the Wake trilogy by Amanda Hawking. This one is more siren than mermaid, but it's a decent one. Atlantia by Ali Condi. This one's technically not mermaids, but a very cool underwater city. The Water Mirror by Kai Meyer. Not technically about mermaids, but it has mermaids in it. You can see her on the cover here. Sea Change by Amy Friedman. This is about selkies. Inland by Kat Rosenfield. I won't say whether it is mermaid or not, but it has all of those like ocean elements. Cute little mermaid statue. Ripple by Mandy Hubbard. Maybe a Mermaid by Josephine Cameron. This is a middle grade novel. Okay, I think that shelf is done for now, so we're gonna move to the one below it. The Deep Blue Quartet. This is a very fun, adventurous, young adult fantasy series. A little bit more on the younger side. It reads kind of like a Disney movie. Lies Beneath by Anne Greenwood Brown. I only have the first one in this trilogy. Wrecked by Anna Davies. Revel by Marissa Gabord. Again, not technically mermaids, but still has all of those elements we want. The Undertow trilogy by Michael Buckley. Such a really fun trilogy. It feels almost like an Avengers movie. The Siren by Kiera Cass. Fathomless by Jackson Pierce. This is part of a fairy tale retelling series, and this is the third one in the quartet. They all follow different characters and different fairy tales, but they do connect, so I recommend that you start with the first one. Beneath the Sea and Sky by Jacqueline Delamore. The Deep by Rivers Solomon. Part of Your World. A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell. This is part of the Twisted Tales series, but they can be read individually, and this is What If Ariel Had Never Defeated Ursula. I really like this jar because it has like a little bit more of a spooky vibe to it. Monstrous Beauty by Elizabeth Fama. The Mermaid Moon by Susan Kokol. Such a pretty book. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. This is an adult horror novel. It's not too scary, but it's one of my all-time favorite books. Sea Witch and Sea Witch Rising by Sarah Henning. This duology is a Ursula background Loose Little Mermaid retelling. Prince of Sea and Song by Lindsay Miller. This is the first in the Disney Prince series where we get the Little Mermaid story from Eric's perspective, but also there's a lot of other elements added to the story that make it really great. And I think this shelf is good for now as well. All right, the angle is getting a little weird because we're high up. We're going to continue on with the books that I have read because I still have more. Forgive My Fins by Tara Lynn's Child. This is part of a YA mermaid trilogy. It reads a tiny bit more like middle grade. It's very quirky and silly and cheesy, but I found it adorable. Beneath the Haunting Sea by Joanna Ruth Meyer. The Vicious Deep trilogy by Zoraida Cordova. Another really pretty mermaid jar. Songs from the Deep by Kelly Powell. All the Stars and Teeth duology by Adeline Grace. I really only liked the first one of this duology. They look so pretty together, I can't break them up. Not super mermaid heavy, but there is a mermaid in the series. The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea by Maggie Chakota Hall. The Surface Breaks by Louisa O'Neill. The Emily Winsnap series. This is a super cute middle grade mermaid series. Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen. This is a very fun duology. Breakwater by Catherine Jones Payne, the first in a YA trilogy. The Mermaid's Daughter by Anne Claycomb. The Mermaid by Carolyn Turgeon. Dark Tides by J.J. Marshall. The Mermaid's Song and the Mermaid's Heart, part of a YA trilogy. I still need to clean these up. They're ex-library books. The Mermaid by Christina Henry. The Merry Spinster by Daniel Mallory Ortberg. This is a anthology. Marrow by Ananda Braxton Smith. The Mermaid Sister by Carrie Ann Noble. The Seafarer's Kiss and the Navigator's Touch, part of a young adult duology. The Girl Who Fell from the Sea by Molly Knox Ostertag. Seven Tears to the Sea by Terry Farley. This is a Selkie book. Okay, these are all of the mermaid books that I have read so far. We're going to leave a little space in this shelf just in case I find some more in my crazy stack. And we're going to start working on the pirate books a little bit lower. On this shelf, I'm going to put all the pirate books, boat books, or any other ocean related books that I have read, because I haven't read that many pirate books to fill up this shelf, and I want to put the TBRs all together if I can. So this is the Peter and the Starcatchers Quartet. Technically you can read the first three as a series, but this is such a fun middle grade Peter Pan retelling. The Vanishing Deep by Astrid Schultz. This is kind of a very cool like underwater sci-fi standalone. The Beholder by Anna Bright. This is a fantasy book set on a boat. One of my all-time favorite duologies. I need to get the second book. The Maiden Ship and the Lion of the Sea. This is part of the Maiden Ship trilogy. I still need to grab the third book. Fable by Adrienne Young. I only have the first book in this trilogy. Salt and Storm and Drift and Dagger. These are technically standalones that are set in the same world. I enjoyed both of them, especially Salt and Storm. There's these witches that help take care of an island. Alias Hook by Lisa Jensen. This is an adult Peter Pan retelling about Captain Hook. Lost Boy by Christina Henry. This is a young adult light horror retelling of Peter Pan. Lying in the Deep by Diana Urban. I'm actually listening to this one right now today, so it gets to go on the finished shelf. Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I have the other book somewhere as well, but I need to hunt to find it. Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea by Maggie Toccata Hall. This does have a mermaid, but it's a little bit more of a pirate read. Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. This is a really fun survival read. Island at the End of the World. Another really great survival read set on an island. Grey Wolf Island by Tracy Nethercott. The Last One by Will Dean. This is a recent survival thriller set on a boat that I've read. Okay, I think these are all of the ones that I have read and owned, so we're actually going to slide this left stack over to be closer to the right stack and then add some TBR books on the left side. I can't forget House of Salt and Sorrows though by Erin A. Craig. I have the second one of this as well, but I haven't hauled it yet, so it won't go in here yet. A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. This is part of a series and I need to get the rest of them. Seafire and Steel Tide, another young adult pirate trilogy with female pirates. I need to get the last book. These Rebel Waves and These Divided Shores by Sarah Rosh, part of a pirate duology. Touch of Gold by Annie Sullivan. This is part of a young adult trilogy. It is a King Midas retelling, but I heard that there are pirates as well. The Turncoat's Gambit by Andrea Kramer. I know this is part of a steampunk trilogy, and I believe they need to be read in order, and not all of them are piratey, but how great is this cover? Cinnamon and Gunpowder by Ellie Brown, and Piratica by Tanith Lee. Black Hearts and Black Souls by Nicole Casterman. Gavin's the Stars by Tara Sim. This is part of a duology, and that shelf is now full. So I'm going to put the remaining pirate ocean boat themed books on the bottom shelf here, and we have some Peter Pan retellings also that will work for the pirate category. Okay, hopefully this angle is okay because we're on the very bottom here. So we have Hook's Revenge by Heidi Scholes, The Lost Kids by Sarah Sadi, The Lost Girls by Lori Fox, Capped Hook by J.V. Hart, Peter Pan and Scarlet. This is the official sequel to Peter Pan. Song of the Current by Sarah Tolkser. These are part of the Bloody Jack series, a huge young adult pirate series. There's like 9 books and I have 4 of them so far. Beyond the Bright Sea by Laura Wool. This is a middle grade book. The Apprentice by Mail Malloy. This is on an island. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. Between the Spark and the Burn by April Genevieve Ticholk. Sweet Black Waves by Christina Perez. Monsters Born and Made by Tanvia Burwa. This one's set on an island, has monsters. It looks like a really cool fantasy. Unhooked by Lisa Maxwell. Pacifica by Kristen Simmons. Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. This is a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea retelling. Blue Voyage by Dana Wren. The Sea Beast Takes a Lover. Crossbones and Dark Tides, a pirate duology. The Hero's Guide to Being an Outlaw. This is part of a really cute middle grade series following the Disney princes as they go on random adventures. Dark Life by Kat Falls. Deep Light by Frances Harding. I need to clean this one up. Revel by Lissa Mia Smith. Renegade, Rebellion, and Revelations. This is part of an underwater trilogy. Light at the Bottom of the World by London Shaw. The Incident on the Bridge by Laura McNeil. Drift by M.K. Hutchinson. The Lost Code by Kevin Emerson. Alistair Grimm's Odd Aquaticum by Gregory Finaro. Tentacles by Roland Smith. Pretty much it for this shelf. Sorry if things got a little weird. I had to refilm a couple things because they were out of focus. The next shelf is a little too high for me to film, so I'm just going to show you the books down here and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. But these are going to be all Mermaid TBR books. Coral by Sarah Ella. I need to take this tag off. Summer of Chasing Mermaids by Sarah Ockler. Once Upon a Tide, A Mermaid's Tale by Stephanie Kate Strom. Things in Jars by Jess Kidd. Kiss of the Selkie. This is part of a new adult fairy tale retelling series. I do believe believe you need to read them in order. Siren Sisters by Diana Langer. The Ingo series by Helen Dunmore. I need to find the last book in hardback. All the Murmuring Bones by A.G. Slatter. Tides by Betsy Cornwell. This is a Selkie book. The Oyster Thief. This is an adult mermaid standalone. The Daughters of the Sea trilogy by Catherine Lasky. In Great Waters by Kit Whitfield. A Blue So Dark by Holly Schindler. Emerge by Toby Easton. Mer Charmer by Amy Beers. This is part of a retelling series. I believe this is book 2. This is the Spanish version of the Water Song Quartet by Amanda Hawking. I don't have one of the books, but I thought they were so beautiful. The Mermaid's Mirror by L.K. Madigan. Mermaids Never Drown, Tales to Dive For by Zoraida Cordova and Natalie C. Parker. This is an anthology. Mermaids, the Myth, the Lore, and the Legend. This is just like a little pocket book. Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. This is the Pretty Fairy Loot edition. I believe this is just Sirens. A Field Guide to Mermaids by Emily B. Martin. This is kind of like a kid's book. It looks fun. My sweet friend Claire gifted me The Mermaid's Handbook by Carolyn Turgeon. This has so many good like recipes, photos, and projects in it. The Case of the Fickle Mermaid. This is part of a Brothers Grimm mystery series. The Hidden. I believe this is an adult thriller that has mentions of Selkies. Shearwater by D.S. Murphy. Secrets So Deep by Jenny Myers Sane. I don't know if there's mermaids in this. It's like a summer thriller. It has like those ocean elements. Serena by Donna Jo Napoli. The Shape of Water by Danielle Kraus and Guillermo del Toro. Tempest Rising by Tracy Deebs. The Siren's Mutiny by Jessica S. Taylor. The Siren's Call and the Willows Weep by Alana Williams. Cry of the Sea by D.G. Driver. A Mermaid in Middle Grade by A.M. Lazader. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I have read this one, so this needs to go on a different shelf. Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. And then lastly, just a few more that are ocean, island, river related. So River Keep by Martin Stewart. The Girl the Sea Gave Back by Adrienne Young. The Ones We Were Meant to Find by Joan He. Heart of a Samurai by Margie Pruis. The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. Something in the Water by Catherine Stedman. Unchosen by Catherine Blair. Okay, it's hard to film up here. I pulled all the books forward so that you could see them a little bit better because they're so high. I don't have enough room, so hopefully I don't like some of these TBR books so I can make more room because I like having the pretty stuff. So these are mostly ones that I have read. These are all mermaid books that I've read. I like having these little knickknacks up here. These are all ones that I've read. Down here are pirate and ocean books that I've read on this side. And then the start of the pirate TBR, I've got these little pirate ships that my friend got me. And then down here on the very bottom are the rest of the ocean pirate TBR books. So things might look a little bit different because I adjusted some stuff and hopefully I got all of these and everything was in focus. But yeah, I think that they look pretty good. Okay, you guys, so that is my mermaid bookshelf. Let me know which books piqued your interest down below in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Bright Side Girl as well, and I'll see you guys next time on The Bright Side.